matching the beautiful mountains here with our beautiful green shirt. Before we dive in, I want to shout out the real MVPs, the everyday professionals holding it down, construction workers, nurses, doctors, teachers, lawyers, architects, transit operators, first responders, postal workers, government employees, and so many more. You're incredible at what you do. But let's be real, financial literacy hasn't always been part of the training. Most people are doing the best they can with what they have. And so I heard a quote, I'm just trying to survive, and surviving is not the end goal. We want to take you from surviving to thriving in mindset, in your bank account, and in your financial wellness. I had the privilege of speaking on the State of the People Power Tour, which is a national movement for community enrichment, renters' rights, healing, resistance, financial empowerment, policy, voting, you name it, empowering all across the board. And in this video, I'm sharing the presentation I created as both a teacher and a panelist. So let's tap in, get real, and build together. What I'm going to do now is share my screen. Y'all know it takes me a little bit of time to share my screen. So we're going to share this one here. Boom. All right. And we're going to move me right there. So I'm right there with you all. And then we're going to change this view to a slideshow mode. So stay with me. Wealth building for generations. This is a foundational course. These are key concepts that everybody needs to take. You have to have these in place before we get to all the fun charting and investing and market strategies. We got to get these fundamentals and foundations in place. So we did go on the State of the People Power Tour. You can check out their website. They've got press, and they've got, I think it's about 3 other cities that they'll be attending in the next few weeks. That's me. And then we've got the Presidential Volunteer Award. So I want to share that with you. We do our commitment, and our commitment is to you. And I'm going to have a small ask during this presentation so that we can continue to bring this programming out to you, which is maybe click on the affiliate links that are in the description of the video that I'm going to share with you. And so usually this would be a live course. So what I want to do with you today is I want to explore real strategies for wealth building. We want to learn the difference between rich and wealthy, and we will leave with practical and actionable steps. Excuse me. Thought I had my water in here, but I don't. Okay. So bear with me. Apologies for that. That's me. I usually give a small snippet of who I am, so you can feel free to pause that, but I won't go through everything. These are a few accomplishments. Master's in Business Administration from Open University, a project management professional. And so we love finance. I'm an investment insights consultant, a wealth intelligence strategist, and financial trends architect. And we do treasury work in organizations in the community like the Detroit Phoenix Center, Still Standing, New Leaders Council, which is a national progressive pipeline to produce progressive leaders in various fields. So I did start with some stats for the US, right? So financial literacy levels. Only 47% of adults rate their personal finance knowledge as a C or worse. Okay. Economic impact. Financial literacy costs American adults an average of $1,015 in 2024. And youth financial education, teams scored just 7 points above the global average, 505 versus 498, suggesting there's room for improvement in youth financial education. And so you can go to Wallet Hub, Market Watch, or the World Economic Forum, and you will be able to see these statistics. We also did some stats in Detroit where we spoke. Uh, and so I know you're not from there. Some of you are not from there. Some of you are. You can pause it here to take a look at what Detroit's financial literacy factors are. Rich versus wealthy. So richness refers to high income and flashy lifestyles. So you can see somebody, they might have a big mansion, beautiful cars, but they could be super in debt and only have 10 bucks, right? And then you have wealth, real wealth, which encompasses assets and passive income. It also will lead to generational legacy. And that's what defines true wealth. So people have heard of the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and the Morgan. JP Morgan is still out here with his legacy. What is it? Chase Bank, JP Morgan. I think it's still JP Morgan. Um, and so that's generational wealth. That's what we want to create for you and ourselves. These are the steps. I know we don't like talking about the steps, but we have to create a budget and stick to it. Who likes to create a budget? There are some cool tools out here, and you just got to make it fun. Do it once a month, once every 2 months at least. 3 months if you kind of know what you're doing, and then you can do a 6 month check-in if you have a nice process in place. But here are some tools. Mint.com. You need a budget, ynab.com. You can use a simple Excel spreadsheet. You can do the envelope method. Sometimes what I realize is that we need an accountability partner. It's kind of like exercising, right? We'll do good for the first 30 days and then we forget all about it. And so if you need that accountability partner, we've partnered with Mike Pear Money, and he is absolutely fantastic. He really cares about getting you from paycheck to paycheck or no paycheck to a paycheck to investing. Okay, wherever you are, he'll meet you where you are and sign up for the course. It's very low fee, and you'll have office hours where you can have an accountability partner, somebody that's holding you responsible and championing your wins, and making sure that your losses don't continue to repeat. So I'll drop that link in the description. Click that affiliate link because that pays for the programming that we bring to you. And so you support me, I'll continue to bring you great content, hopefully that you like. You want to pay off debt and improve credit scores. Is it your debt? No. File a dispute to remove it from your credit. You can go to Experian, TransUnion, Equifax websites. Credit Karma might do it, might hit all three of you, do a dispute. Mint might do all three. But do a dispute, get it off your credit. Now, is it your debt? If it is your debt, what do you need to do? You need to pay it. You can have this debt and say, I just refuse to pay it for a whole year. You'll have bad credit for a year. Okay, let's get out of that. Let's just pay it, suck it up, take the dive, give up that vacation, throw it at the debt. Your credit score rises, right? You stop paying a lot in interest for anything that you do for the operations of your life. Or you can wait 7 years, right? If you got anything that's 7 years old, call them. Tell those creditors to stop calling you, and tell the creditors to remove it from your credit report. You want to save consistently for future goals. We want to automate these savings. We can start with as little as $5. Start with as little as $5. Automate these savings. Send it to a savings account, high yield savings account, brokerage account, IRA. We want to make sure that we're also saving in our employer-sponsored account. If you happen to be employed and you have an account, please save whatever you can there. Max out your IRA if possible. And so the rich, as we covered before, they're living above their means. Whereas we have a wealthy mindset, we're going to live within our means because we know that savings is going to support our ultimate goals of getting debt-free and wealthy. Use interest payment savings from debt that are paid off. So for example, what that means is if you have a credit card at $1,000 and they're charging you 20% interest. That's $200 for that year. If it's APY, it might be $200 for that year. Now that you paid that debt off, now we want to put that 200 or at least 100. Maybe you go celebrate, get yourself a Slurpee or a coffee. Yay. You paid off a debt and we want to move 150 of that at least into the savings account. Okay, now we're closer to our emergency savings goal because we need to prepare for emergencies. Things happen. We have to prepare for emergencies. We want to create multiple streams of income. And then we want to find savings in your budget. So, what are some 3 actionable tips today that you can do? You can look through your bank statements. You can download one of these apps to help you with budgeting. You can even Google what's the best budgeting app. Do some research. These might not fit you, but find something that you enjoy that's fun for you, that helps you to stick with it. And then what we want to do is, as we go through our budget, we want to look at all the subscriptions do we have. Can we cancel something? We want to look at where we shop. Are we shopping too much at Kroger, Aldi, or Walmart? Can we go to Aldi? I don't know if you have an Aldi in your area, but is there a lower cost farmers market, or what's available? So let's figure out ways that we can alter our routines to save money. Unplug the electronics. One of my friends, he unplugged a lot of the electronics in his house, and there's rooms that he doesn't go into, and his electric bill is $40. Insane. Well, while mine is over 100. And so I've been trying to unplug, and I did see about 20 to $40 worth of savings as I unplug some items in my own home. I do need to unplug more, so I'm trying to get that $40 bill, which is amazing. Here's the table analogy. One of my favorite things is this is so risky right here. If you have a table, this is you, this is your table. This is what you bring to the table. It's my table. And you have one leg. That could be your employer. That could be just your business and you only have one product. That's one income source, right? If we remove this leg, the table is done. Okay, the table has fallen. We are no longer the table. But if we can position ourselves like I want to position you, like we're being positioned here, is we want to have 4 income streams or 2. We want to have more than one, because what happens if we remove this leg, the table is still standing. We still are the table, okay? We are the table. It's here. It didn't fall. And then we just work to plug that hole. Even if you have one over here, 2 gone. Table might be a little wobbly, but we're still standing. We still are the table, okay? And so this is where we want to position ourselves. You can get income from real estate. You can have it from stocks. You can have it from being a coach in the summertime because you enjoy basketball and teaching kids skills, or a tutor. And then this can be your employer. I'm not saying ditch your employer. If you can, great. But we want to understand that the employer is leverage so that we can start to build systems so that we can have a freer lifestyle, so that we can have more time to spend with our families, to do the things we enjoy doing, to explore our passions. And then I'll leave you with this. This here is risky, and it's a 30-year journey, maybe 40 years. I don't really know. 65, they might say 75, 78 is the retirement age by the time you get to retire. And they're just going to keep raising it. When do you get to enjoy life, right? So you can spend 40 years on this, and maybe you rise through the ranks, you become 6-figure earner, you become C-suite. Fantastic for you. You can pull down a few million. Great. But for the most of us, Um, what will behoove us is, let's say each of these income streams took 2 years to build. That's 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 years of working hard. We use this as leverage. We put in 2 years. We put in another 2 years. We put in another 2 years. Another 2 years. We should have eight income. We should have these four income streams going. We got a whole system. Now we can fire this here. And now we're engaged in this. And this is where we want to be positioned. That is the position. I'm sorry, I was talking with my hands. I'm looking at the tables, getting excited. But this is basically what it is. One income source like a one-leg table. Multiple income streams provide stability. Resilience is key to maintaining financial health. What can we do? Give you some ideas. We can house sit, babysit, dog sit. We can sell household or hobby items. We can crochet. We can join affiliate programs. Amazon has one. We can rent if we have an extra car or a bedroom. If you have a hobby or a passion, we like gardening, bicycle, motor repair, coaching, lawn service, or landscaping. Anything that you might be good at, you or some other people that you enjoy, you can surely monetize. Work hard for you're going to work anyway for 40 or 50 here. So just buckle down, put in some overtime, build that system, build that system, build that system, build that system, and now we can be free. Budgeting essentials. So here's some keys to your budget. Budgeting is a financial spending plan. Adopt the 50-30-20 budgeting rule, and we can adjust these percentages. It will be great to reduce the 50% needs to lower and the 30% wants to lower, because that'll increase our 20% savings and debt repayment. You'll understand that, but I'll go slow. So 50% of the budget should go to rent, auto, groceries, and water. 30% dining out, because we got to enjoy life, our subscriptions, our travel, our spa days, our cigar bar days. That's what we're doing. So then 20% goes to savings and debt repayment. Now, if you don't have to have all of this and you want to live below your means and you're comfortable with that, we can reduce this to 27%, 25%. If we haven't overextended ourselves, we might can save somewhere in here, like groceries. Where are we shopping? Is there a farmer's market? Is there Aldi? What can we do? Autos. Do we have a new lease coming up? Do we want to get, bigger and better, or can we be comfortable with a smaller size and uh less of a lease payment? Or purchasing. If you're purchasing, do we have to get the biggest and best, the big Yukon truck, the Navigator, or can we do a Jeep and maybe put some of that extra down payment, put that in the emergency fund, start investing that, right? The importance of saving. We want to begin with the $500 emergency fund if you can. $5 a month. Open a Robinhood account, Cash App account. They all have savings account. Apple, I'm not sure if they have a savings account, but you can open an account. They might. App, Apple Cash or Apple Pay, local bank, local credit union. Just try to open an account. If you have terrible credit, one of the apps might be a better option. And so try to open an account and start to save. Automate your savings. So we talked about this earlier. We want to put $5, $10 weekly into an account. We won't miss it. I promise you, you just do little increments of five. You will not miss it. You'll learn to adapt on the budget that you have, because we want to be wealth mindset. We don't want to be rich and splurge and not budget and not plan. We want to make sure that we budget, plan, wealth mindset. Explore high yield savings options. So SoFi, Robinhood, Cash App, banks, credit unions, they all have high yield savings options. Check them out. Do a little bit of research. That's one practical tip that you can do right now. Move the money into something that's yielding more interest than what you're getting paid. They're out there. All you got to do is move it if you have it. Strategies for paying off debt. Understand good versus bad debt. So if you need the car to get you to the job to get to the paycheck, that's so-called good debt. It will be better though to pay cash for the car or cash for the home because then we don't have debt. But there are good debts. There are bad debts. Payday loans, not going to be a good debt. Use the snowball or avalanche method. So we're going to explain these real quick, but do some further research. You want to pay off the smallest debt because it's going to give you a sense of accomplishment. And then we'll move to the next smallest. And then rinse and repeat until the largest debt is paid off. And so that means smallest to largest. Now, the best way to do this is to actually pay the highest interest rate debt off first. But if we do the smallest to largest, we'll have a sense of accomplishment and then it'll motivate us to tackle the next debt. If you don't need that, look into the highest interest rate debt and just try to get that thing down. Negotiate high interest debt for better terms. So you can switch uh, debt servicers. You can call them up and just ask for a better rate. Usually they'll see what they can do, but if you don't ask, they're going to give you the same 24, 27, 33% rate that you've always been getting. Call them and see what's possible. Just about everything is negotiable. Switch service or cancel and see what offers they provide you. They happen to find offers. They'd be like, oh, we found an offer. Because once you cancel service, they'll say, oh, well, wait a minute. We've got special offer today. So see what they'll get. Have a backup in mind, but see what they'll give you. Tips to improve your credit score. We're going to dig into this, but always pay your bills on time. Keep the credit utilization below 30%. So if you have $1,000 credit, keep it below $300. If you have $10,000 credit limit, keep it below $3,000. Old accounts should remain open. I closed an old account and it damaged my credit score, but I was paying a fee on that account. At the time, I was trying to build my credit. I got a credit card. It had a monthly fee attached to it. Kept that card for maybe 15 years and still paying the fee. Now my credit's fantastic. And still paying the fee for that card. So I said, I don't want to pay this fee anymore because I want to put that fee in savings or investments, right? And so I closed the card, hit my credit score because it was an old account. You know, it was an old account and it dropped me maybe 30 points. I said, man, that was a drop. That was a real drop. You know, it could have been more than that. But since I don't know if I've fully recovered, but we've covered about 80%. So we're going to dig in a little bit. Payment history. That's going to be 35% of your credit score. This is the most important factor. Lenders want to see that you consistently pay your bills on time. Missed or late payments, charge-offs, and collections hurt your score the most. Credit utilization, 30%. This refers to how much your available credit you're using. So we talked about the utilization. Rule of thumb, we want to keep it below 30%, ideally under 10%. If your credit limit is 1,000, keep the balance under 300, and then ideally under 100. High utilization is going to signal risk even if you're making payments. Length of credit history is 15% of your score. The longer your accounts have been open, the better. This includes the age of your oldest account, the average age of all accounts, and how recently each account was used. We've got two more. So we've got credit mix. So this is going to be credit cards, mortgages, auto loans, student loans. It's not required, but it helps. So if you have a mix of credit, it's going to show that you know how to manage various types of debt. New credit inquiries, 10%. Opening too many accounts or having multiple hard inquiries in a short time can lower your score. So if you're shopping for the house and the car, you're getting hard inquiries. Or, you know, refinancing, or you're getting a personal loan, anything, or a store card, they're gonna run your credit, right? And so we want to be mindful of what our goal and strategy is when opening up a new account, or when trying to get something. So if you go to 10 dealerships and they all run your credit, I think there's like a 30-day rule where they'll combine all of those together into one. But um, you want to be mindful and intentional when you get an inquiry to your credit score. It's going to stay on for 2 years, but um, it's only going to affect your score for 1 year. Investing for generational wealth. So this is the fun part. This is where we want to get you to. So I can start making videos of my cut patterns, my investments. We can start playing with the screener that we've custom built you with 800 plus tickers that we think are incredible to move. But first, we want to understand your goals and your risk tolerance. What is your goal for the investment? Are you planning for a wedding? Are you planning to go send kids to college? Are you planning for a retirement? Are you planning for a vacation? We can have multiple accounts, each with a set goal toward it. Are you planning to invest in your business or invest in yourself? We've got goals. This investing can help you get there. Consider stocks, ETFs, and IRAs. Real estate can generate rental income. Invest in personal development and entrepreneurship. This is going to be the most important. Personal development and entrepreneurship. Do not be afraid to pay for mentors. Do not reinvent the wheel. Learn from those who have succeeded. Great segue. Utilize tools and mentorship. Engage with wealth building communities. Power of networking. Connections can open up new opportunities. Networking can lead to job offers and investments. This is often how people get jobs nowadays, is networking or a relationship. Engage actively with like-minded individuals. So if you got that negative Nancy in your circle, get them out. Take some time so that you can build these systems. People will understand. People are important. Treat family and friends right and give them the due time, but have them understand you have to build something. You got to build this system because you don't want to work for 40 years. Okay, I got to put my head down for 2 years. If you want to come by and help me build this system, help me build the system. But we got to build these systems. And those systems are just those additional income streams, is what I'm referring to. Building out those additional income streams. So we want to come away with the action plan worksheet. So I want you all to just grab a sheet of paper and then outline your next 3 steps. So we had a bunch of actionable tips in here. I can help you with your next 3 steps. Step 1 could be review your subscriptions. Step 2 could be review your budget or download an app. Or it could be think of ways to generate additional income. Sell stuff in my house that I haven't used. Um, so those are a few next steps, right? Build my credit, reduce my credit utilization, pay off debt. Just outline 3 steps. That's all. If you only have one, just do one. Identify who you can connect with. There's somebody around you that has knowledge, that might have a business, and you want to tap their entrepreneurial mindset, run an idea across them. Whoever it is, or you might have had a mentor that said, hey, reach out to me because they're reaching back, but you're not reaching forward because you don't feel adequate enough or equipped enough or ready enough. They'll meet you where you are. Just identify who to connect with or what groups to connect with, what mentors, do a little research. Set specific actions for the coming week. And what we mean by that is we know, I'm going to give you an example. We want to cut our subscriptions, right? So let's do an action. The specific action is on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. I will look at my bank statement and I will review all the transactions. Or I'll go online, look at all my purchases. Some online tools, they combine graphs and things so you can quickly see what's going when, where, and how. So that's a specific action. Put a time and date to it. On this date, at this time, I will do this. And you continue to do that in your life, not only for finance, but for your business, for whatever you're doing or building, it'll work wonders. Closing and commitment. So 5 keys to building wealth and unlocking opportunities. You want to share knowledge to multiply growth. Teaching or discussing what you know about money, careers, or investing will help you learn deeper and build trust and value in your community. You want to build strong relationships. Most jobs, business deals, and investment tips, my ear was itching, come through people, not postings. Your network is your net worth. Keep learning and stay curious. Wealthy people read, ask questions, and learn from mistakes, whether it's about credit, real estate, or stocks. Curiosity compounds. Think long term, act today. Save, invest, budget, protect your credit. These small steps today fuel generational growth, not just quick gains. Show up where opportunity lives. So be in the rooms, virtually or in person, where people are talking about money mindset and moves. That's where opportunities are revealed. I know we went a little bit long today. We got to get the basics. I'm coming out with a few more videos though. So I'm going to do the best trading books or investment books. I'm going to highlight the stock momentum screener that we've built, and I'll also go with demonstrate 2 other screening tools. We'll do a video on general charting. We'll dive into the cut pattern strategy, which is my favorite, and there are a lot of cut patterns setting up today. Uh, and so I just wanted to share with you some information regarding the Wealth Building Power Tour, or the State of the People Power Tour, that we were a panelist at and a teacher at. And so I just wanted to share some nuggets, and hopefully you wrote some things down. We'll meet you in the Wealth Builders class after you take these foundational courses to get this stuff down. If you got this stuff down, come over and tap into the Wealth Builders Collective. Um, Here are a few affiliate links. Some I'll drop in the description of the video, but we've got a budgeting video, a saving video, an investing video, and how to start a business. If you need that accountability, go to Mike Pear Money for a nominal fee. You got office hours and somebody to hold you accountable, and somebody to applaud your wins, somebody to motivate you to keep going. I'll drop a link in Acorns. It's an affiliate link. If you want to save and invest your spare change or automate your savings, you can do that. If you want to build your personal credit, I've got a link to Discover, Business Credit, American Express, Capital One. Investing, I talked about the Wealth Builders Collective. We do economic and market analysis, weekly investing webinar. I'll try to drop that link in the description. I'm going to drop as many links as I can in the description. You'll know what it is. And just please click that so we can continue our programming here. I'm also going to do a Chartmill, which is another screener that I do like. Now I'll do a video on, but I'll drop that affiliate link there. That's about $35 a month, but it gives you some great setups, breakouts, technical setups, a very visual tool, and I'll highlight that in the video so you can actually see it. Here are a few of our website and socials, so please take that down, follow, comment, let us know what videos or information you're looking for next. This might be the last part of saving, budgeting, debt payoff that we dig into, unless you want me to dig into something absolutely specific. I'll do that because we've got those foundational videos on our channel, and if you need that accountability partner, please type it. Please link with Mike Pear Money. And then here we are. We're here for you. We've won recognition. We're doing this for you so that you can become wealthy, you and your family, so that you can leave legacy like we discussed, JP Morgan or Chase, Manhattan. That is legacy. Those Rockefellers and those Carnegies and those people whose names who you see on buildings that have left legacies, that is what we want you and your family to be. So thank you for your time, and I'm wishing you great financial wellness. And if you're a trader, I'm wishing you happy trading for the week. Thanks for your time.